In this Simply Social Let's Play live stream, we're going to be playing Wright-Patterson Mahjong at WPMJ.com. That's WP Mahjong with 2 G's. They are still in public beta testing. So if you want to take part, go to WPMahjong2gs.com and sign up for an account. We're going to be playing for just about an hour today because it is still in public beta testing. There are a few quirks in the game still, and they're working on scoring. I did hear from the developer, and they hope to release the platform this month. So we're crossing our fingers. And until then, we can practice making decisions playing online on the beta platform. I'm going to share my screen and we'll get started. Here it is. Let's click play now and see if we can practice some of the newer hands. I was thinking if we have a lot of one suit, for example, BAMs, for some reason the robots are still passing BAMs, maybe we can try to force some Chinese tea hands. These would be on page 27. Oh, I'm going to go full screen too because I'm not camera ready today. I've been dealing with my new book and also my website. There's some changes or a new feature that is not working correctly, and I was working with tech support and I just didn't have time to do makeup. All right, so let's see if we can maybe work on one suit hands. Jewel hands, page 20, and then also let's say page 27, Chinese tea hands. So the Chinese tea hands, incidentally, those are evens and odds. Lemongrass would be bamboos, 2, 4, 6, 8, with a pung of green dragons and a pair of south. Hibiscus is 2, 4, 6, 8, with pung of red dragons and a pair of east winds. These are all pungs, by the way, in one suit. Jasmine is pungs of 2, 4, 6, 8, with a pung of white dragons and a pair of west winds. Then we have odds, 3, 5, 7, 9. No ones. 3, 5, 7, 9. Same kind of hands. Bamboo blossom, green dragons with south. Lotus, red dragons with east. And pom-pom, white dragons with west. So I've been trying to memorize these. Lemongrass, hibiscus, and jasmine. Those would all be evens. And then bamboo blossom, lotus, and pom-pom are odds. And if you are a frequent flyer with Wright-Patterson Mahjong, you are probably familiar with number hands. Number hands are on page 22. And the first 4 hands, really the first 3 in this case, Eleanor, Susie Q, and Wally, the wind and dragon combinations are the same as those on Chinese tea hands, but the pung is with the dragon and the pairs with the wind, which is opposite of what is shown in number hands. So if that helps you memorize those combinations, let me know. That's kind of the way I'm going to think about it. Let's see if I can keep from having to look in the book and see if I can test my memory on that using that methodology. All right, so for some reason it's saying return to game, but I don't remember clicking a game. Oh my gosh, what? No. Okay, we're gonna just leave that because something happened. Close. All right, we're gonna start over. So here we go. I'm gonna set it move time for 8, just so that we're not spending too much time playing or waiting for decision making with these bots. All right, so here we go. New game. Okay, we have We have 2, 4, 8 in dots. Pair 3. We could maybe try for a mixed suit hand with little numbers, one little chows, for example. But let's try to force. Oh, you know what? This is not going to work because the robots are still passing BAMs. So you know what we're going to do? We're going to force it. We're going to let the dots go. Normally, if these were my tiles, I would keep the dots. But I know that the robots are passing BAMs. It shouldn't be happening, but that's just the way it is with the current beta platform. So we're going to force BAMs because I know we're going to get them. There they are. You'll see we're going to get more. And we're going to try to maybe play, let's keep the 2, 4, 6, 8 in here. Let's pass 8 with a 1, 1, 3, 8. Maybe we'll get some more BAMs. There's 1 anyway. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8. Okay, so let's let the, I guess let's say the 3 crack go. All right, so now, this would be, let's see here. The Chinese tea hand, 2, 4, 6, 8 with south and green. And that would be, is it lemongrass? Did I get that right? Lemongrass. Oh my gosh, we need to pung. Oh my gosh, let's pung. I'm pretty sure this is it. Okay, so let's let the 2 crack go. Lemongrass, bamboo, 3 pungs, 2, 4, 6, 8. So we have a choice. We have a 6 BAM there. Pung of green dragons and a pair of south winds. Lemongrass, I got it right. Okay, lemongrass. All right, let's see if we can get lemongrass here. Okay, we don't want dots. We're hoarding BAMs. And if you're playing a pung hand and it doesn't work out, just play for score. Play for score. If you're playing in person, you'll be counting score. If somebody wins as part of the game, and you can be rewarded for your hard work. So online, the scoring is not correct right now. So tell me in chat if you want to practice scoring, because it is part of the game and it is complex. It's Chinese classical scoring. Maybe similar. I don't know if it's exactly like Chinese classical, but it is similar. So we are going to try for lemongrass here. Pung 2, 4, 6, 8. Those are the options. We need a pair of souths. I'm sorry, let's see. Yeah, a pung of greens and a pair of souths. So a green dragon just went down. Let's just hold the north because we might end up having to switch to score only because there's a green dragon out. We need to get a pung. So if one more green dragon goes down, we're gonna have to resort to score only. And let me know if that makes sense. Do you guys understand that Wright Patterson Mahjong is played differently than American Mahjong using National Mahjong League rules? The game is much more like Asian versions. Okay, we keep getting cracks. All right, we do have a flower. That's 4 points right there. So if we end up playing for score, that's going to help us a little bit. Let me know in chat if you want to practice scoring. Okay, so let's let that go. Now let's see, I think I created a spreadsheet on Wright Patterson Mahjong scoring. If you're playing online and you want to practice, let's see. Oh, I moved it. Okay. Let's see here. Still only one green dragon is out. We're playing Wright Patterson Mahjong, if you're wondering. There's an 8 bam. Awesome. Okay, now, oh shoot, the green dragon is out. Okay, so see, we can't play it now because we need to pung a green dragon. So that's not going to work. We need to just play for score now because we have a pung of 6 bams. You've got to make any exposure work. So with the tiles that we have, it's just not possible. So I would just play for score. I'd go for all one suit here. Just we're going to try to hoard bams and go for all one suit because with an all and let's chow. We're playing for score. 1, 2, 3. We had to give up on lemongrass because 2 green dragons are out and we need a pung. So that hand is just off the board. We can't do it. But we have a pung and a chow. We can call for the 8 bam for a pung. We need at least one more bam in here because you need 4 blocks in a pair. We have 2 blocks out and 2 potential blocks in our hand. 4 or 5 potential chow and a potential pung. So we need one more bam in here in order to get ourselves to a ready to win status. And that will help us with scoring. So if your hand goes bad, resort to scoring. Go for score. You can see bams are going down. Let's see, we need a 3 bam or the last 6 bam. Okay, we got the 3. All right, there's a 3, 4, 5 chow. We drew into it. So really all we need in here is another bam. We could pung the 8, hopefully. And then we can at least have all one suit ready to win on, oh no, we won't be able to call ready to win. Let's go ahead and chow. We'll discard that south. Now if we pung, we'll get a little score from a pung. Pung of simples, I think, is a whole 2 points. But we'll be able to get 3 doubles with a one suit hand. That's why I called that chow, 3, 4, 5. This is basically a Hong Kong Mahjong hand. 4 blocks and a pair of anything. And you might think, well, why can't this be mishmash? Mishmash, 4 blocks and a pair of anything. And that hand is on Mixute number 68, page 24. But it's a concealed hand. So basically you cannot use Kongs and you cannot call for tiles. It's fully concealed. And we had a 6 bam pung out. I'm hoping an 8 bam will go down so we can get some score there. 2 points, a whole 2 points. But we did get cleared to 1 whole suit, 1 suit only. That's 3 doubles. The chows have no value. No. Okay, now here's another thing. If somebody picks that tile from the flower wall, oh, they didn't. Okay, sometimes the robots will pick from the flower wall. You can't do that. That darkened wall there, that is a diminishing flower wall, and you don't draw into that. Once the regular tiles for picking and discarding are depleted, then you go to the next game. So here we would get 4 points for the flower. We would get 2 points for the 6 bam pung exposed, and that's it. So we would have 8 points with 3 doubles. 8 points, 3 doubles. We do have, let me see here. We do have the prevailing flower, so that's another double. Page 30 are the doubles. So flowers for pung of simples on rack is 2. So that's 6 points. Nothing for the chows. And then we have a double for prevailing flower, seat 4, which is north. And then we have 3 doubles for concealed to 1 suit. So 6 points with 4 doubles. So on page 31, we would get 100 points because you round to the nearest 10. 96 points is 6 points with 4 doubles. So we would get 100 points for this hand, 100 points, even though we didn't win. And this would only be if somebody else declared Mahjong. If you have a wall game, you do not score. Everybody contributes a blue chip, and East just holds that little side pot until somebody wins, and then they get the little side pot. All right, let me know if you have any questions about that. Let's play again. Here we go. Okay, now we have 2 BAMs, 3 cracks, and 4 dots. The robots are passing BAMs, so we're going to leverage that. We're going to exploit that, actually. There are the BAMs. I really wish that it wouldn't do that like that, but I really hope that they change that because it's not the way the game is played typically. Someone could pass all 1 suit, but it's not normal. Okay, so you see here, we ended up with lots of BAMs. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, pair 5. All right, let's try another Chinese tea. So Chinese tea with BAMs would be bamboo blossom. Shoot, we need green dragons again. Green dragons. Pungs of 3, 5, 7, 9. So we have 3, 5, 7, 5 BAM pair. This is page 27, number 90. Bamboo blossom. Pung of green dragons and a pair of south. Well, if we're not forcing bamboo blossom, I would probably look at playing Betty because we have wings and dragons. Betty is on page 17, and that is number 10. 3 pairs and 1 suit, no terminals, which are 1s and 9s. And then you need a red, white, and green dragon, 1 of each wind, and then any honor paired. Honors are any combination of winds and dragons. In this case, 1 of each. So plan B will be Betty. We got a pair of 4s in there. I'd probably play Betty here. Let's just play Betty. We have a pair of white dragons, so there's a green dragon. So the one BAM can go. This is a concealed hand. Okay. I hope you can't hear that buzzing in the background. That's our neighbor doing landscaping, yard work. Darn it. So I apologize. Oh my gosh, look, we got a south. Let's see here. Let's let the white dragon go. Maybe we can play bamboo blossom if we get the 3 and the 7 and a green dragon. It's going to get pretty tight though with that green dragon being out like that. We don't need dots. Okay, let's see. We got the green dragon. Okay, let's throw the 1 BAM. All right, so there's a green dragon. Oh, there's already a green dragon that was discarded. Shoot. Oh, that's why these hands are hard. Oh my gosh. How are we supposed to get a pung? These are specific tiles. I think these should be double-handed hands because it is It is hard to get a pung of dragons and a pair of a specific wind. That is difficult to get a specific dragon with a specific wind and then specific tiles. I just really feel that these should be double limit hands in my opinion. They are hard to do. Okay, there's a West. We're switching to Betty. Okay, now what is out? 8 p.m. 7. We might as well throw the 7. Oh no. Doggone it. When you run up to the timer, the game will discard for you. That's what just happened. I tried to throw the 7 and it threw away our West because we ran right up to the timer. Shoot. Okay, so maybe we'll draw another West. Darn it. That is aggravating. Okay, so there's 2 Easts out, and then there's a West. So we need the East right away, actually. And then, excuse me, then we need a pair. We need another pair. We got the East. Now, I did it. Okay, so we dropped the 7. Okay, so there's the East. That's good. So now we need a West, and then we need, okay, we're going to pass. And then we need another pair. So we have a 2-bam or 3-bam that can become our pair, hopefully. We're 1 away from ready on Betty. Number 10. All right, so let's see. Number 10 on page 17. 3 pairs and 1 suit, no terminals, with 7 odd honors and 1 honor paired. That's what you're looking at right here. 1 of each wind, 1 of each dragon. We need a West. We're good. 3-bam. All right. We're ready to win on a West for Betty. Ready to win. Single limit, concealed hand. We'll pass. Ready to win on a West for Betty. That's a common hand. Pretty easy to get if you have a good assortment of winds and dragons at the deal. And this is in a Wright Patterson hand. It's atypical for Hong Kong Mahjong. Half of the hands are like Hong Kong Mahjong or Mahjong competition rules. Okay, we don't need that. We're looking for a West to win. Betty. I like that the hands have names. Nope, we're looking for a West. All right, we get 2 more picks. East, shoot. We're looking for a West. I think there's only 1 out that we threw or the game threw for us. Where did it go? Now I don't see it. Where is it? Oh, there it is. Okay, we'll pass. Oh, shoot. It might be in the flower wall. Here's the West right there. Of course, one of these robots could have it. Darn it. Okay, now, did you see what just happened here? They drew from the flower wall. You can't do that. Okay, so the robot on the right had our West. And 1 more player. 1 West is in the wall because there's 1 out. So our West was in the flower wall. Okay, so we got ready to win anyhow. Let's play again. This is a great way to practice if you're just learning Wright Patterson Mahjong. And the game did not start. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. And now, oh my gosh, no. Doggone. That's another glitch in the game. Okay, so let's quickly try to pick tiles. Let's try to play something in cracks. Maybe we can try for another Chinese tea hand. Okay, so let's let the bam go. See if we can maybe get some cracks in here. Okay, so we did get one. We have a 4-5 in there. Sometimes the robots will pass cracks. No, they passed bams. I got it. All right, well, let's just look at the hands under Chinese tea hands. Maybe we can try for a jewel hand. Okay, so let's see. Hibiscus number 88 on page 27. Pungs of 468 with a pair pung of red dragons and a pair of east. We don't have an east. There's a 3. Okay, and then the other option is a lotus 3579. We have a pair of 4s. All right, so since we have no east, let's look at jewel hands. So jewel hands, just to try to play something a little bit different, we could chow for a jewel hand. Let's do it. Oh no, you can't have ones. There are no ones with jewel hands. Okay. So the breakout for jewel hands on page 20, there are 2 types of hands, and it's by suit, with or without dragons, corresponding dragon. The first type of hands is with tiles 2, 3, 4, 6, 8. The second type of hands is with tiles 3, 4, 5, 7, 9. And the reason for that, it's basically 2, 4, 6, 8 and an odd breakout, but with one off number tile that allows a chow in there. So, for example, you look at jade, ruby, and pearl. Those are essentially 2, 4, 6, 8, but in order to allow for a chow, they had included a 3. And then for emerald, garnet, and opal, it's basically 3, 5, 7, 9, but they included a 4 to enable you to chow with a 3, 4, 5. So here, 2, 3, 4, we can't chow. We would pung with a 6. All right, so we have 4, 5 in here, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I would not play a jewel hand here just because we have a pair of 4, 5. I would go for pung chow or doublets. Pung chow or doublets, which would be pair hands and sequence hands. So page 17, number 1, 7 pairs in 1 suit would be doublets. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pair. We might be able to do Valentine number 3, 6 pairs of cracks with a pair of red dragons, corresponding pair of dragons. And then the other option we have is going to be pung chow, where we can split out these tiles into chows and maybe pung. Number 16 on page 18. This, though, requires you to draw your last tile. You cannot win by discard here. So we have a pair of Norse that we don't need. So we're just going to hoard cracks. And then when we run out of discards, that's when we'll figure out what to play. Because doublets, Valentine, and pung chow are all concealed. So we cannot call any tiles for those hands. So it's all about drawing your tiles from the wall for these hands. So that's what I would do if this were my hand in real life. Well, we are in real life. If I were playing at a table with humans, that's how I would play this particular hand. There's a red dragon out. If we play Valentine, we're going to need a pair of red dragons. And just as a reminder, there's no jokers in Wright-Patterson Mahjong. However, there's a very popular house rule where they allow 2. 2 jokers that can be used for anything. They're 100% wild tile. Part of me was thinking maybe we could have tried for a gate hand, but we have too many pair. Gate hands are where you have pungs on the beginning of the sequence. We have too many pair to consider a gate hand. That's why I threw it. Oh, look, we got a pair. I would play Valentine here. We're one away from ready. We need a 1 or a 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, we have 1 discard now. Anyway, we did have a Pung of Norse, so that would have worked with gates number 42 on page 21. We let it go, of course, but that would be 111 with a sequence of 2 through 9, or 999 with a sequence of 1 through 8, with a Pung of your own or prevailing wind. Because we had a Pung of Norse, and prevailing is north, we would be able to maybe Pung the 9, Kong the north, but we again have too many pair. And that also applies to Dragon Gates, which is the hand above it. 111 or 999 with a sequence of 2 through 8 and a Pung of the corresponding dragon. So it's the same hand, one with winds, one with dragons. In this case, we're playing Valentine because we have too many pair. We have no 6, no 7, and the 7s, by the way, are down. I thought I saw multiple 7 cracks. Well, there's the second 6 crack, and there are two 7 cracks out. So we're one away from Valentine, which is apropos since Valentine's Day is next week. Oh, there are 3 7 cracks out. Oh, we need a 1 or a 3 crack. There are 2 1 cracks out. So we still have 2 viable cracks. Okay, no, we're concealed. We need 1 good pick. We have 2 more left. 2 picks left, 1 discard. We might be able to make it work. All right. There's an 8 crack out. At least we're concealed to 1 suit and honors. We would not, let's see, we would have a whole 6 points and 2 double, well, 1 double. 6 points and 1 double. This would be a very low value hand here because we have pairs. Well, there's a Pung in there, actually. We might actually be about what we had last time. So let's go ahead and practice scoring with this hand. So this should be the last tile, which should not have been picked, by the way. Go to page 29 and 30, and we're going to score our hand as if somebody won. We'll just pretend like somebody won. And looking at our hand, I'll give you, like, let's just say 10 seconds to score this hand on your own, if you would like, no pressure. And then I'll do it. I'll go through the motions and verbalize as I test myself. So, go. This is an easy one. So we have 4 points for the flower. It's a number 2 flower. So we're not going to get any doubles for that. Our number is 1 and north is prevailing. So that would be a 4 flower. So we're not going to get any doubles for the flower. So we have 4 points there. And then the only, let's see, we have a concealed Pung of simples, 2 through 8. So we'll get 4 points for the 8 crack. 8 crack Pung, that's 4. So we have 8 points there total. The flower plus the Pung of 8s concealed. And then we have a pair of red dragons. Pair of dragons is 2 points, second line down. So we have 10 points. 10 points, and then you go over to doubles. So you would put up 2 tiles in front of you if you're playing in person with a 1 and a 0 to indicate 10 points. And then you would go down for doubles and you put a tile upright with the back of the tile facing you to show the number of doubles that you get as you go. So we don't get a double for the flower. We don't have any pungs or kongs of winds or dragons. Really, if all we have here is cleared to 1 suit and honors. which is F. We get one double there, one double, cleared to one suit and honors. And that's it. That's all we get. So we have 10 points doubled once, which is 20. We get a whole 20 points, a whopping 20 points for this hand. So we would be paying out the nose for this one. And let's play again. So scoring is not hard. It's if you just take a systematic approach. You basically go top to bottom, just one line at a time, and then you use tiles to help you indicate what you qualify for. Go to the next page, top to bottom, just systematically looking for what you qualify for. And then you go to the doubles page to get your, so the first two pages are to get your base score. And then you go to the doubles to get your final value. All right, let's see what we have to work with here. All right, we're gonna, you know what? Let's try to play a hand of honors. We have a pair of ones and a pair of nines. Let's try to play a hand of honors here. We got a 9 and a 9. Honors include ones and nines, which are terminals. Honors includes ones and nines, which are also called terminals. We're going to pass risky because we're playing a hand of honors, a big hand. I would play, let's see, wins in term, or dragons, terms and terms, I think is what this is called. This is a new hand. Page 25, dragons and terms. Okay, so dragons and terms is number 70. 5 pairs of dragons and terminals with news. So we've got to get news in here if we're going to play this hand. It used to be a hand called Termadrags, but they omitted it this year. I think it was in the last publish. So we have a pair of 1 bams, a pair of 1 dots. Here's our pair of 1 dots. So we have 3 pair. There's a 9 bam pair in there. Pair of red dragons. 9 crack. Oh my goodness. We should play Heavenly Twins. Number 81. 7 pair of honors. Terminals, wins, and dragons. And you can use Kong as 2 pair. That's on page 26. Heavenly Twins number 81. That's what we should play. We have no wins. We need news. If we were to play dragons in terms, we are lacking wins. That would be a huge gap. So we should play Heavenly Twins. Okay, now what about, let's see here. Gram terminals. Number 70. Okay, we're going to pass. Okay, gram terminals number 76 is an option. 25, page 25. This is a double limit pung hand. 4 pungs and a pair of terminals. If we get 1 more terminal, we could potentially play grand terminals, which is also, I wouldn't do that here though. We're going to let the 9 bam go, and we're ready to win on Heavenly Twins with a green dragon. 7 pair of honors. Beautiful. This is a beautiful hand. It's a double limit hand. So we would be rewarded nicely here. Green dragon to win Heavenly Twins. That came together pretty quickly. And that would be leveraging multiples. If you have multiples in terminals and you have wins and dragons, go for a hand of honors. There are a lot of hands to choose from. Look at all these hands. 2 pages of hands that you can play. They're hard though. Most of them are double limit hands. 4 are singles. I like playing honor hands. So if I see an opportunity for it, I go for it. I like playing big hands. I like big hands. You know that song? But it's not hands, it's fannies. I like big fannies. I like big hands. I cannot lie. It's fun to play big hands. When your chips start falling off your rack, it feels good. Overflow of the rack. Out of the overflow of the rack, the heart speaks. Okay. Is that the way that one goes? I probably misquoted that. The overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. That is a proverb, I believe. Okay, here we go. A psalm. Is that a psalm or a proverb? I think it's a proverb from the Bible. Out of the overflow of the heart, the mouth speaks. Okay, we're looking for a green dragon. These robots tend to hoard honors, so let's hope somebody discards a green dragon or we pick it from the wall. We need to pick it from the wall here. Oh, there's a white dragon anyhow. We need greens. All right, come on now. Come on, green dragon. Oh. Okay, come on now. Green dragon. Green dragon to win Heavenly Twins. 7 pair of any honor. Terminals, wins, dragons, any combination. Oh, south. How many souths are out? Ugh, shoot. I was thinking about, all right. I was thinking about discarding the dragon and keeping the south because it just seems, there it is. That's what I was afraid of. Mahjong. We got Mahjong. Okay, now ignore the score here. That is incorrect. We have a double limit hand and we are east. So we would get 2 yellow chips. We would get 2 yellow chips because we're east. We get paid double. Heavenly Twins. And look, the player on our left had 2 green dragons. They also have 2 south winds. I was thinking about keeping that south and discarding the dragon because I thought maybe with what was happening with discards that maybe one of these robots had green dragons and they weren't going to throw it. Anyhow, we got one. All right, here we go. Next game. This will be the last game for this session. When we, what happened? I didn't click play again though. Whatever. I don't know what happened there. All right. So we have 1.6 dot, but I know the robots are going to pass. Yams. There they are. And it seems like they're the same ones. 1, 3, 5. We're gonna get 2 cracks and a bam. That's my prediction. 2 cracks and a crack and 2 dots. Okay, so let's see if we get 2 bams and a crack now. Oh, we got 2 bams and a dot. I was close. All right, so now here we go. We have bams. All right, we have 2 pair in here, 1 bam pair and a 6 bam pair. Now here, we might be able to play a gate hand. We have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We need a 2 bam and a 4 bam. we are in fact going to play a gate hand because you need a sequence 2 through 8. We have potential for windy gates, number 42 on page 21. 111 with a sequence of 2 through 9, which we have, or 999 with a sequence of 1 through 8. And then you need a pung of your own or prevailing wind. So we would need a north, either a north or an east. So we need to pair up a north, and then we need to get a 2 bam and a 4 bam. We already, oh, wait. We do not need a pair of simples here. There's the 4. So the 6 bam is an extra here. So I think what I would do is look for, if we draw a north, excuse me. Oh shoot, there it goes. I would play windy gates if we can. Oh, that's our tile. It's concealed though with the number tiles, the simples. You cannot call the simples. You can pung the 1 or 9 and the wind, but you cannot call for the chows or the sequence tiles 2 through 8. All right, so we still have a chance for windy gates. If it doesn't work, we'll switch to pung chow, or pung chow, which is a sequence hand. So we're looking for a north, to draw a north. We need to draw it because then we'll be ready to pung. And if the 1 bam goes down, we're going to wait because that'll allow us to play a concealed hand. We need to be able to switch to a concealed hand, or if a 1 bam goes down and we call it for an exposure, a pung, then we would only be playing for score if the north goes down, because we need to pung that north. No jokers. No jokers in this game. Okay, we're looking for a north for windy gates. Number 42 on page 21. We need a 2 bam still. There's 1 out. So we're okay. Now, if we draw another bam and pair up, I would let go of windy gates and play chow. Okay, we're going to let that go right there. Okay, now here we have almost news. We might be able to switch to news lineup, which is a sequence hand. This is on page 18, number 12. Sequence of 1 to 9 in 1 suit with news and 1 wind paired. We still need a 2 bam. We still need a 2 bam in here. And then we would need an east, and then any wind paired. Oh no, look, the north went down. Okay, so the north went down. 2 norths are out, so we can't play windy gates anymore. That's okay. So now we're looking at either news lineup or pung chow. News lineup or pung chow. News lineup number 12, pung chow number 16. Pung chow, 4 blocks and a pair, any combination. All in 1 suit. You have to draw your winning tile. I would say we're probably closer to pung chow. Yep, and there's a 6. So now we have a pung. I would switch to pung chow, 100%. And I would just hoard any bam, regardless of the number. We're just going to keep it all. And then when we run out of discards, like the north and south are discards, when we run out of those discards, then we'll start looking at how we can utilize the tiles to make 4 blocks and a pair. Pung chow. So for example, this is a bit early to do this, but 7, 8, 9 chow. We have a 6 bam pair, 3, 4, or 4, 5, 6 chow, 4, 5, 6 chow. Then we have a 1 bam pair and a single 3. It'd be great to get a 2 bam in here. Maybe a 2 bam, 5 bam would be nice. A 2 bam or a 5 bam would be really nice. We're going to pass. This is concealed. We got a 3. All right, that's good. So now we have 2 pair on the end, 4, 5, 6 chow, pair 6. We have too many pair. And then we have a chow, 7, 8, 9. So 6 bam could be a pair. 4, 5, 6. Oh my goodness, we're ready to win on Pung Chow with a 3 bam. We have a Chow 79, pair 6 bam, 4, 5, 6 Chow, Pung of 1s, and a pair of 3s. If we draw either a 3 bam or the last 6 bam, we have Mahjong on a Pung Chow. You can use a Kong and break it up into a pair and a Chow, or a Pung and a Chow. So a 3 bam or a 6 bam will give us a winning hand. We have to draw it though. There are 2 3 bams out, so we're not going to get that. Oh shoot! No, we're concealed. Our only recourse is the 6 bam. We need to draw that last 6 bam because there's a 3 bam. What? Where? Mishmash? Oh, they are concealed. Jerry bought one. Jerry bought one with freaking Mishmash. Thankfully, they're concealed because before they were claiming discards to make exposures. So Jerry bought one, and that score right there is incorrect. That is not how that is played. That is a single limit hand. They are not East, so they would get 500 points for that, not 800. Not how that works. A single limit hand is 500 points. As East, we would pay them double because East pays and receives double. So we would pay them 1,000 points, which would be a yellow chip. And then the other 2 players would pay a white chip. And then we would also get to score our hand. Let's score this because we're going to get a nice score here. So let's practice. Go to page, if you want, no pressure. We're going to practice scoring. Page 29 for your base points. Page 30 for your doubles. So I'm going to give you about 10 seconds to do that. And then I'll do it out loud. I'm practicing also. I'm rusty myself, but we're going to get a pretty nice score here. We won't score the other players' hands, though. It'll be kind of hard to do visually because it's upside down and to the left. And yeah, we'll just do ours. Okay, so starting just at the top, systematic. We don't have any flowers. We don't have dragons, but we do have concealed Pung of 6s. So we get 4 there, 4 points. We also have a concealed Pung of 1s. That is 8 points. So we have 12 points. That's it. 12 points for the blocks, basically. The blocks is what you get. The tiles themselves is what you get the points for. Okay, then on the other side, we get doubles for more value. We don't have anything in there except for we have ready to win on a single limit hand and cleared to 1 suit only. So ready to win on a single limit hand would be 1 double. So we have 12 doubled once. And then we also have all 1 suit, number M, 3 doubles. So we have 12 points doubled 4 times. So we go over to page 31. 12 points 4 times is 192. Round to the nearest 10 is 190. So we would get 190 points. And then the other players would score their hand and subtract their value from ours and then pay us double because we're East. And let's see, 4, 4, 6. Just very briefly, let's see, 8. I think they would both pay us. Let's see, the player on the left has 3 concealed pungs, though. Anyhow, we're not going to do that. We won't score their hands. We're going to call it for this live stream. I hope you enjoyed the live stream for Wright Patterson Mahjong. If you're new to the game and you missed the deep dive that I did, look for a link in the video description below and you can catch up, because I went through every hand in the book, and also we covered scoring, which we just did a little demo of here. And then we also talked about how to play the game, how to set it up, and all of that. That is in that deep dive. And then under a wiki article too that can maybe help. So I'm looking forward to when this game is released and we can play with people. You know what? I wonder, let's exit. I wonder, how do you play with people? Let's see what here. Hold on. Let's see. We're going to leave, close, private, switch, private, wings among friends. See, I don't get that. Wings among friends. What does that mean? If we click create game, it's going to set us up with robots. How do you join a table with people? That's what I don't get. Close. I think that's when you see up at the top left, player 1, 2, 3. Let's just quickly create a game. I just want to see, oh, here, join user 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Does that mean that those are people or are those robots? This is where I'm not sure. Share link with friends. Okay, so if we played with people, we could copy this link. Oh gosh, I'm sorry. I forgot to share my screen. Shoot. Let's see here. Let me share my screen. I apologize. Sitting here sharing about what I'm seeing, and you don't see what I'm talking about. All right, so here's what I was talking about. I clicked play again, and you see in the upper left corner, it says join user 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. Are those people or are those robots? I don't know. Then you also see here in the middle, share link with friends. So if we copy that and send that to people you know, they can click that link and join your table, is I'm assuming what will happen. So when the game is released, I'm hoping there'll be more people to play with so we can play with humans, because it is a completely different game when you play with humans. But we'll get that figured out. We'll figure that out when the game launches, which I hope will be soon. Hopefully this month. All right. That is going to do it for this live stream. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed the practice time. Please go to WPMJ2Gs.com and create an account so you can practice. You can practice, even though it's a little glitchy, you can still practice making decisions and practice navigating the book based on what is in your dealt hand. And then when the game is released and we're playing with humans, you can hit the ground running. Anybody have any questions? Write them in chat. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and sign off. All right. We'll see you again next week for another 1-hour practice session. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Click the little gray bell if you do. That way you'll get notification for when I post new videos, and you won't miss an opportunity to learn a new strategy or pick up an insight to the game that could give you an advantage at the table. Between now and the next video, may all your picks be keepers.